Big up football fans. We're back again with your boy Deji Spurs. And I've got Luca in the building, Arsenal fan. Luca, how you been, my brother? What's going on?
Yeah, I've been good, man. It's been great and all that. It's been a long time, and thanks for having me on, man.
No, thank you for coming on. Luca, you know what I mean? I've been seeing you, we've been chatting, and it's good because, you know, sometimes it's good. I think we've done something before because you look familiar, definitely. But anyway, it's good to have you in the building. I don't know what's up with my cam. Every time I try and do a show, my cam tries to send me and make me look like the Wizard of Oz. But big up to everyone locked in, locked on. We are going to be talking about Gareth Southgate.
100%, man.
The Euros. Now, for me, people might be surprised to hear this. Big up to Lou Man in the building. Lou Man, big up to you. VJ, a.k.a. Mr. Consistent, big up to you. Atty is in the building. Luca obviously showing love as he does, and he's here live and direct. And my dog, Arsenal Man, in the building. So, Luca, look, let me tell you what it is. Now, I don't know if everyone is seeing my kind of subliminal expertise, but let me just give context to the thumbnail. The thumbnail, you can see Gareth Southgate, you can see Mourinho, you can see Conte, and you can see Eric Ten Hag.
Yes.
What do these brothers have in common? Luca, I'm going to ask you.
I think with Gareth Southgate, he does not even have a clue of what he's doing at the moment, because you look at these European Championships this summer, I'm very, very, very surprised how England have actually been playing, because you've left a few players that have not even been called up on the plane. You've got Jack Grealish, who's not been called up, where if you've got a Bukayo Saka, who is in a title challenge throughout the whole season, trying to challenge with Man City and winning the league, then why are you not calling Jack Grealish up as a backup? Or if you're not going to call people like that, Anthony Gordon, use Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon, for me, is a player who can come off the bench, that can give that little flair, that can give that dimension, that can change the game.
Yeah.
Like Marcus Rashford, for me, okay, I'm not Rashford's biggest fan, but
I would have had him in the squad. He performs for England, isn't it?
Even Jadon Sancho for Borussia Dortmund as well. Why are you not having these experienced players where England are falling very, very, very short on that left-hand side? There's not many. Like Eze, for me, is a good player, but he's not a world-class player yet.
Yeah.
And that's something where I think Gareth Southgate is a fraud.
Yeah,
and
so I hear you're calling him a fraud. I think there's a couple of things, and I've got my own kind of narrative that I want to go with. But big up, get the fraud Southgate out of my nation. Big up to you. We're going to be dealing with this today because you might be surprised my stance on this. So obviously, Luca's talking about the fact that he didn't bring in the Grealishes, the Rashfords of this world, and I was saying before the Euros that I would have preferred to see Rashford definitely in the squad and Sterling, because when on the international stage, these men perform. But let me tell you what's happened. The problem is social media is too loud. Yeah. So what used to happen was he would bring these guys, no matter what, the Maguires, the Rashfords, the Sterlings, and then the media and the fan base would say, why is Southgate bringing in these brothers? They're not performing well for their clubs, when you should really be bringing in people who are on form. Yeah, remember that narrative. Bring people who are on form and give them a chance. So what he's done is he's done exactly that. He's listened. Mainu was on form, because this Adam Wharton, I know he's a decent player for Palace, but this guy only came out of the belly. You know, came out of his mum's belly like a month ago. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and all of a sudden,
like these sort of talent players like Adam Wharton, right? But it's like Gareth Southgate picks his favourites. Like, remember before the Euros, Jordan Henderson was getting picked after the international friendlies.
Yeah,
he was picking certain men like Harry Maguire, Jordan Henderson, and all these, and like these are not good enough for club level.
Yeah,
international, it's different. different style of play. You're playing under an international for your country. But don't get me wrong, like Adam Wharton's probably going to become a great player in the next 5 years' time.
But it was too
But
early to be in this squad.
why are you calling players that are too early? It's like Kobe Mainoo as well. Nobody never knew who this guy was last season. Well, last season, yeah, just gone, but the season before, no one wasn't talking about it.
He's only just come to the fore now, and I think again, Kobe Mainoo, great. I mean, look, I agree with you. I'm all for young talent. Don't get it twisted. And I mean, I've got a whole thing about young talent and the fact that our academy system's there. And that's fine. However, I want to throw a spanner out there. So England fans are shaking their bum. They're booing Southgate. But the reality is we finished top of our group. We conceded 1 goal. And what happens? People are booing him because they're not happy with the style of play. Now, the reason why I put Mourinho, Eric Ten Hag, Conte here is because these clowns will tell me that it doesn't matter as long as you win a trophy. Now, if Southgate was to win the Euros with this dusty football, aren't any of these people going to start shaking their bum violently? They'll be outside Wembley, in the box parks, with their pint, pouring it on themselves, pouring it on their missus, pouring it on whoever's near them, shaking their bums like they supported this brother. Now, the truth is, under Southgate, we've had 2 semi-finals and a final. He's been the best England manager in recent time.
Yeah, but he might have been the best England manager for all time. But the thing is, what's he won? He hasn't won anything.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is before we start booing him and start doing an artillero, yeah, how about we wait to see what he does in this competition? Because I think it's just a little bit too soon to be writing off our team, booing the manager, wanting him out. You know, people keep saying, why don't they do? I've been seeing like memes online, and I think VJ, you will probably support me on this. Yeah. He said the manager picked a fairly good squad. The players look lazy. People keep making reference to the Ivorian manager. During the African Nations Cup, the manager that the Ivory Coast had initially, some French brother, yeah, he was rubbish. They were playing rubbish football, and then they lost. They actually lost the game, and they went, if we continue down this path, we are going to get dusted in our own African Nations Cup on home soil. Right now, we've not lost the game, so why are we getting rid of Gareth Southgate? What is the fuss all about?
Yeah, but the thing is, when you look at that, with Gareth, look, I know a lot of people have been a little bit over the top with Gareth Southgate, right? And I'm not Southgate's biggest fan because some of the football he's been playing, yes, he's had good moments. We saw that Colombia penalty shootout in 2018. We saw that semi-final, Kieran Trippier free kick. I get that, yeah, he is England's best manager for such a long time. I get that. But when you've had managers like over the years, think about the 2006 World Cup. You had Steven Gerrard, you had Lampard, you had Beckham. Why has England not won anything out of that? Because they've not had a good manager back then.
Yeah.
Back then, you didn't have the England squad what's there today. But with the problem is, I think, yeah, you've got to give Southgate this tournament. If he doesn't go far, at least to the final, then he has to be sacked. Because for me, England need a European manager. It explains itself. Go and get Pep Guardiola. Guardiola's staying at Man City, right, for one more season potentially. I don't see him staying after that. If he goes and wins the league next season and wins it 5 times in a row, then Guardiola can go and get the England job. Or even Jurgen Klopp is available. Klopp's potentially available. Why don't England not go and get a European manager? It explains itself.
I hear you. But look, I'm picking up on here today in Arsenal Man. It says, cheers, Deji. Southgate set up this tournament is the definition of dusty. It says, but the draw again is too kind. And then Arsenal Manic says, don't you think under someone like Klopp, this team would be sourcing? The problem is, let me just see these comments. Sorry. Artillero says, Deji, are you stupid or are you trying to play devil's advocate? Southgate has been in charge for time and had failed to win with a great squad. Artillero, I'll deal with that in a sec. typical you sitting in your underwear with your fan on, bashing away at the keyboard as you do. And then it says Southgate is a genius, maybe one of the most talented footballers, all minds. That's the only explanation for how he is able to tactically get the forward line to look so mediocre. Round talk table. I hear what you're saying, but the thing is, though, the other thing that I feel like the fan base is being slightly disingenuous. I mean, Arsenal man, it says England managers are dross. Maybe Eddie Howe might do something. Maybe. The problem, I think whoever comes in is going to have the same problem. Why? Because, people troll me about Spurs, but I can't lie. There's kind of a little bit of a correlation between the England national team and Spurs. I'm afraid to say it, but
but the thing is, when you say like whoever comes in, if you bring a top European coach, that pretty much Gareth Southgate can't get the best, and this England squad on paper should be winning things. And if you bring a European manager, it's like if Gareth Southgate, say for example, gets to a semi-final of the European Championship and loses to someone like Holland or someone right in the semi-final, then the FA decide to say whether are they going to keep until the next World Cup. I think for me, whatever happens, if he doesn't win anything or goes if he gets to the final, I think he stays. But if he gets anything less than above to the final, I think he's gone.
I think Southgate is gone even if he wins, because the FA, I read something tonight that they're saying they might sack him before our game on the weekend, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. And if they sack him, we've shot ourselves in the foot again. I think that the kind of level, the FA responds to the media, innit? Or they respond to the fan base. And when your manager's getting booed and people throwing pints of empty glasses at your forehead, that's a sign that it's time for you to get out. The country doesn't want you in charge. So I think whatever he does, he's already on the chopping board.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, 100%.
But my thing is, what is England fans, what are we shaking our bum violently for? He's doing all right. At the end of the day, what I want to know, because Arsenal Manic has said here, the football is dross. Does it matter? I've had people in the keyboards, especially the artilleros of this world, tell me that it's about winning a trophy. It doesn't matter how dusty the football is. I mean, the biggest disgrace is Man United fans. Man United fans had the dustiest season I've ever seen in my life, with the dustiest team taking the most L's we've ever seen. This Eric Ten Hag wins the FA Cup and he bloody gets to keep his job, and Man United fans start shaking their bum again. And the point I'm trying to make is, what happens if, even though the football is rubbish, the dustiest, dustier than Tutankhamun, if Southgate is to win the Euros, are people going to apologise? Are people going to put some respect on his name?
Are not going to apologise.
Are people going to start shaking their bum violently?
People are not going to apologise if Gareth Southgate ends up wins it, because they're not going to care about Southgate. They're going to care. The fan base of the country is going to care about winning the cup. They're not going to care about Gareth Southgate, because they would probably still want to get him sacked, because now the next step is, thank you very much, you've won the trophy, leave on a good high and get your next manager in. That's what's going to happen. They're not going to care. And that's the problem.
I hear what you're saying, but for me, I'm just saying right now, the way that the fan base is acting, the way that the country is acting,
yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
And the players, if you want your team to win, one of the things that you've got to make happen, they call it, why is home games such an advantage? Because of your support, because of the home support. That's why if you're going to win any game in a football match, you're more likely to win a home game than an away game, because of the psychological impact. Yeah, it don't make sense for the England fans to be seeing on social media and in the stadium that there's no support from the country. It don't make sense. And for me, I kind of agree with Southgate. I can't understand. Look, I get it. The football is rubbish. I get that. I get it. But if it's working, what's the problem? Now, people in the chat, here to there, I see you. Arsenal Manic, I see you. Artillero bashing away at the keyboard. I see you. You, man, will tell me it's about winning, yeah? Isn't that what Southgate's doing?
Yeah, but the thing is,
you like it or not?
Yeah, but the thing is, he's not getting victories against the likes of Slovenia.
Yeah, but there's no elite teams no more, though, bro.
Like on paper, you should be winning that game.
On paper, but look at Georgia.
Maybe the players might be fatigued,
bro.
Maybe the players are fatigued.
Did you watch the Georgia versus Portugal game yesterday?
No, I didn't watch the Georgia game.
So
no.
Let me break it down. Portugal's second team could be is like their first team. Pedro Neto on the pitch. Ronaldo's on the pitch, even though he starts in the main team. But I can see they had Semedo. They had bare ballers, though. Yeah,
they got squad there.
Bare ballers. But what I'm trying to say, I know Arsenal man trying to troll me here saying, but wasn't Portugal through? Yeah, but the point is that team is still good enough to beat Georgia on paper. But the thing is, though, these days, there's no minnows. Imagine Slovenia qualified ahead of Serbia. In footballing terms, Serbia has more of a pedigree than Slovenia. I think even Slovenian fans won't mind me saying that there is just more of a football history there. Yeah, but Slovenia came out and showed what they can do. And I was even saying that the kid Sesko is even better than I thought. I thought he's had an all right tournament in terms of he's not bad goals, but you can see that, yeah, okay, there's something there. You know, he's got something, and Arsenal may have missed the trick, though. And VJ saying Georgia were good. I thought, yeah, Georgia were more than good, mate. They're brilliant. And that guy, the Napoli winger, mate, I'll take him at my club all day, every day. But what I'm trying to say is, look at Romania against the Ukraine. Do you think we can beat Romania? Do you think we can beat Georgia?
I think for me, why not? Why not?
I don't know.
But Gareth Southgate, for me, people talk about, okay, the formation is not working. Well, it isn't, but at least try and change it up a little bit. Rotate the squad. Don't play the same team. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Bring someone like an Anthony Gordon in. That's going to change the game. But the thing is, he's probably better off as a game changer. So that's the problem. That's why I feel like the problem with Southgate is he should have called someone like... I don't understand why. Why was Greenish not called up? Okay, he's not Pep's
because he was listening.
First team main starter. But he's a game changer.
Yeah, but he's been listening to the media. He can't, because for me, I thought it was a travesty to not see Maddison in the team, because
Madison's another one as well. He's a game changer as well. He's very. I've always liked James Maddison. Don't get me wrong.
He should be in the squad, in my opinion. I think Raheem Sterling should be in the squad. Do you know what I mean? Just a bit of pace on the wing, bang, bang, bing, bish, bing. But you know, I think there's a lot of. I think the problem is that he's afraid of failure. In football, you can't do anything if you're afraid, obviously. And you're looking at the Georgias of this world. You're looking at Albania. You're even looking at Turkey. These men are just playing like there's nothing to lose. Whereas with England, it feels like there's everything to lose. And the truth is, England are winning or drawing, and they're being terrorized anyway. So you can see why Southgate is the way that he is. Damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. And when you're in a situation where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, the best thing to do is, you know what, I'm going to stink out the place and get the result, because as long as we could you imagine if we never qualified? Could you imagine? I mean, they said, I think they said like some manager got shot or something. You know, I'm not advocating for that, but you know, like people would pelt him at Tesco. Do you know what I mean? These guys shopping with his kids, and they would pelt him. Do you know what I mean?
Qualified was when Steve McLaren.
Yeah,
that was like 2007.
So I'm just saying that everyone needs to just calm down, just keep a bit of a level head. Do you know what I mean? In terms of this, and give the brother a chance. Hold on 1 second. VJ in the building. Boo, 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 boo. Mr. Consistent, doing consistent things. Big up to you. Artillero, I don't know what you're chatting about. Sesko's actually been all right. Sesko has shown enough.
I don't rate him, man.
But he's better than what you got.
He's better
than what you got.
He was linked with us. He was linked with us, but he's already.
You guys wanted him. He turned you down.
I don't rate him, man. I don't think he's not all that. I don't know what the hype is.
This player that you don't rate turned you down.
Yeah, because he wanted to stay at Leipzig.
Well,
I don't rate the guy.
You don't really rate.
I want Arsenal to get a striker that's already proven in the Premier League.
Yeah, fair. Look, Masterman says it doesn't matter if some big names are underperforming. They've had many successful times since England last won a major trophy in 1966. And then he goes on to say that England are the bookies' favourite. Arsenal Manic is here, having trolling and laughing. Artilero, let me just see what you're saying. Artilero saying, so you're shaking your bum relentlessly over England fans overreacting, yet you're not sure you'd beat Georgia. Sounds rational. At the end of the day, my brother, what I'm trying to say, Artilero, who always gets the wrong end of the stick, is that there are no minnows anymore in football. If you watch the game with your eyes, if you watch the game with your eyes, the minnows don't exist. The gaps have closed. That's what you even heard Gary Neville talking about, Roy Keane. There's no more pushovers. There's no easy win. You're not going to win 6-0, 7-0, 8-0 unless someone has a really disastrous game. However, what I'm trying to say is that what are people getting vexed about? Yes, the football is poor, but you guys have spent the whole season telling me it don't matter if the football is poor, provided you or your club or your country in this regard is getting the result. And Southgate is right to say he don't understand what the fuss is all about. We finished top of our group. Just so you know, had we not finished top, we wouldn't be playing Slovakia.
We'd be playing Germany on Saturday night.
Well, hence why we needed to finish top.
People wouldn't have been confident because, not for me. Look, England for me did not even really play well in the 3 games. But the main thing, you get the job done, you're top. But if Gareth Southgate would have finished second, the amount of pressure he would have got. Personally, I don't think if look, they would have got Germany in the last 16. Yeah. You fancy Germany beating England this sort of time around?
I think we slap up Germany, to be honest.
But slap Germany.
That German team is dusty. Yeah, not fair. Go on, yeah.
We slapped Germany in the Euros 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So regardless to that, is this German side good enough? They've had a good start, but we've seen teams like this a little bit overhyped. I think Spain, for me, have been the best team in the tournament. And
Portugal.
I personally think Spain will win it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Spain will win it. I think
Portugal look good though.
Yeah, Portugal looked good. They just had a one-off game yesterday. They were resting players. They were already qualified. So pretty much I think it's going to be either Spain or Portugal win it.
Fair. Is there a point here? Air to there says there's just no balance in that midfield. Let's be honest. I love Declan, but Declan has been poor so far. And I think that's partly your fan base. Your fan base is to blame. Why is Declan Rice starting for England? In my opinion, especially in a system like the one that we're deploying, people shaking their bum violently for Declan Rice, Basmati Rice all season. Then he gets to the international stage and he can't cut the mustard. And for me, I think there's an argument that maybe.
But Rice should be starting. He should be starting.
But he's been rubbish.
Yeah, maybe because of lack of fatigue. That's what it is. Maybe he's not suiting the system of Gareth Southgate. That's what it is.
What I'm saying is, so when we're blaming Gareth Southgate, we've also got to blame your club.
What, our club?
Yeah, you guys have sent us Declan Rice. A piss poor Declan Rice, may I add. He wasn't this poor when he was at West Ham. Can I just say that?
Maybe because he's had a long season. That's what it is. Maybe it could be considered because I think Rice, for me, look, he's been a fantastic signing for Arsenal. Don't get me wrong. I love Declan Rice. I think he's quality. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't think he doesn't suit the system under Southgate. But if you had a better manager than Gareth Southgate, if Gareth does leave after this month, then whoever the next manager is going to be might actually get the best out of the Arsenal's Declan Rice.
Maybe. VJ says he doesn't mind the selection. He just would like to see Palmer start, but he can't criticise the selection in general. And then Lumen says that Southgate has been saved Samba football for the knockout stages. Trust me, England is winning the Euros. That's what I like to hear. People shaking their bum for our country, and they're going to see success. So for me, that's why I'm here tonight saying, what's the fuss all about? If Conte can do it and get away with it, if Mourinho can do it and get away with it, and if Ten Hag can do it and get away with it, then why can't Southgate do it and get away with it? Let me say now, I am not criticizing Southgate until we're out or we win.
That's if he doesn't get past Slovakia, like I expect England to beat Slovakia very comfortably. But if he loses to Slovakia, then he has to be sacked.
Yeah, look, I don't give a damn if he was Michael Jordan. Anyone losing to Slovakia deserves to be sacked. I'm just saying, until we're out or we win, we got to give the brother a chance. That's what I'm saying. But this kind of booing Southgate during matches, that can't run, in my opinion. That don't make 100%. No sense. We got to be backing the manager. Whether you like him or not, we got to do it. Marcus says, what do England win? Well, the thing is, that's why I made similar comparisons between Spurs and England. Don't complain about the football style at Spurs because you don't win anything. No, look, for me, I complained because the football under Conte was dusty. What I'm saying is that all those people telling me Conte is a great manager, blah, blah, blah. If it gets results, what can you complain about? The reason why we, the Tottenham fans, were not happy, it was dusty, but we could take it. In the first season, it got us Champions League football. We rode with it, even though we was not enjoying it. In the second season, it was so dusty, we couldn't wait to see him leave. Now, what I'm saying to you is, Southgate football has got us 2 semi-finals and a final. Under normal circumstances, at international level, that's not bad. And he's qualified again. Doesn't matter what you think about it. Doesn't matter if you enjoy it or not. The facts are the facts. I'm saying, before we start throwing eggs in his face, let us wait to see what happens first. Because if this brother was to win the Euros with this team, with this dusty football, everybody on this chat, everybody watching now, everybody watching later will be out shaking their bum violently.
Yeah, but is he good enough to win the World Cup? Because he's not going to be here for the
let's deal with the let's deal with the Euros though. Are you not taking the Euros? You're an Arsenal fan, so you know that's like saying, would you not take the FA Cup?
Well, the aim is to win.
You know my view about the FA Cup. I think it's pretty dusty. It don't mean nothing to me. I don't even like the Euros, to be honest. I'm going to be real. I don't even like the Euros. For me,
the World Cup.
There's only one cup in international football. It's the World Cup. I don't care about Europe. I don't care about the African Cup. I don't care about the South American Cup. I don't care about the Caribbean Cup. I don't care about the Samoan Cup. The only cup that matters is the World Cup. Yeah? All other cups, because we might as well talk about the Mediterranean Cup and the cup in Antarctica. How about those trophies? Yeah? Let's start making trophies of all the bloody continent. How about we do that? Because the Australian Cup would be very interesting. Do you know what I'm saying? So no, I hear what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? But we'll take the Euros. You will take the Euros, Luca.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If we win the Euros, does Southgate keep his job?
No, I don't think so.
Huh?
No,
but he's won them. So how comes Eric Ten Hag has kept his job?
Because he won the FA Cup. He was under pressure. The owners were going to give him a new contract anyway. Because Man United, that football club, they don't raise the standards. for me personally, I think Ten Hag shouldn't be here, regardless.
Yeah.
I don't think he shouldn't, but that's for Man United to deal with.
Yeah. No, fair. Artillero says, no, fair enough. Says your legend Harry Kane has been more invisible than Casper the Friendly Ghost. Calm your ass down. What is Rice good at, really? Marcus, I've been asking the same question. I think Rice is good at getting cooked, to be honest. He's good at cooked. Most Rice is good at getting cooked, to be honest. Rice cooker settings. Marcus says, put Rice on corners, then everyone will start shaking their bum again. Yes, I agree. So, moving forward, you've kind of touched on it, Luca. In terms of the Euros, for me, I'm going to say I give Southgate a bly. And I think all England fans should be giving him a bly. Southgate, if you're tuned in right now,
if he wins the Euros,
you have a supporter here in yours truly.
If he wins the Euros, would you keep him to the World Cup?
Bro, everyone tells me that the yardstick, the measure that you judge a manager is trophies, yeah? If he wins the Euros, you've got to see if he can win the World Cup, surely. Have to. You'd be mad.
I personally don't think he'll win the World Cup.
So you change him after winning the Euros and we bring someone else in that gets us knocked out in the group stages. What would we?
You get a European manager that knows how to get best. You get
but we've never brought in a manager that has done what he's done. Remember we had Sven, who was a legend in his time. We brought the other one. What's his name? The Italian one. I forgot his name. We had the Italian manager, but I forgot his name.
Capello, I think.
Capello, come on. Mafia Don. Capello was in the building. Do you know what I mean? We've had big managers, bro. These are the biggest. And they did absolutely diddly squat. So for me, the fact that Southgate has done what he's done, if he was to win the Euros, he deserves another chance. And he deserves a public apology from the king. That's what I would like to see. Representing the country, we are sorry.
But is the country
being so dusty
to actually apologise to Gareth Southgate? You might get some fans out there, yeah. Some fans, you might. Most 75% of the international fan base might not even apologise to Gareth. That's the problem.
For me, I just think like in life, you got to put your hand up if you get things wrong. We are not all perfect. Sometimes we make mistakes. If Gareth Southgate wins the Euros for England, people like Artillero need to give a public apology. That's all I want. I just want to see people be real. If people can't be big enough to give a public apology, then they need to get out of my club. Do you know what I mean? What are they supporting? Because everyone keeps saying we need to get another manager. Who are we getting? Who's gonna win? Yes, I know that the squad is talented. Who's gonna do it? Pep's not. Pep, after he leaves Man City, he's having a break. He's not going straight into international football. He's going to do a Jurgen Klopp. Maybe he's going to take 3 or 4 years and then get the itch and come back. Who's gonna take over the job? People are saying Pochettino might do the job.
Yeah, but Pochettino's not good enough. He's not good enough. Right. He ain't good enough. He ain't good enough. What's he won? Nothing. A French league. A Farmers league.
Boy.
So if England are going to get a manager, it's probably going to be given to someone like Eddie Howe. Resistance.
I don't mind Eddie Howe and his pragmatic way of football.
Eddie Howe wouldn't be a bad shout because of his expand, because of his style of play of football.
Yeah, I think that can run. I think that's a great shout. Arsenal Man, it says the Mediterranean Cup is high in olive oil, grains, and veggies. Oh, that's funny. I love that one. It says Deji is having us on. He's gone back to troll mode, surely. No, do you know what it is, Arsenal Man? Real talk. I'm not trying to troll. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This summer period has been fully dusty. I can't wait to get back to the Premiership. The truth is, I find the Euros pretty boring. That is the truth. I find the whole thing pretty dusty, and it doesn't help when England is so rubbish. Yes, thank you, Capello. But at the same time, if Southgate is getting the results, does it matter how he gets the result. Surely it's the result that counts. And I think
But it wouldn't matter if he gets the results as long as everyone is happy that he's won a trophy.
yeah. Say that again?
It wouldn't matter, as a clarify, if he doesn't get even if he gets the results, people are going to be like, okay, yeah, he's won the trophy.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be. People are not going to care how it is, because what I don't get is why do people say, oh, it's boring football, it's boring football? What else can you ask for?
Well, it's boring football because he's scared of losing.
Well, yeah, because he doesn't have the mentality to change it around.
He doesn't, but can you blame him?
No.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the point I'm trying to make. If we were in charge of England, would you do different? Exactly, you wouldn't. You're gonna go with who you think. You're gonna pick the same squad he's picked. All these people shaking their bum violently. I would start Mainu. I will start Gordon. I will start Cole Palmer. I will start this. I will start that. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. So you're telling me that you will start these brothers over tried and tested, because that's what you're saying. That Basmati Rice, whether we like it or not, it's been in the squad that has taken England to semi-finals and finals. So why would you take him out? Saka, same thing. Kane, same.
Saka's been burnt all season. Arteta's pretty much burnt Saka throughout the whole season because we don't have a backup.
I know this, but Arsenal fans will shake their bum violently and say he's the star boy. But the star boy has run out of juice. I've been saying this for a minute. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been saying this for a minute. Here today says, Deji, would you take Southgate at your club if Ange left? No. Hell no. I don't want to see this brother anywhere in North London. Let me tell you who I have at my. I'll take Poch back if Postecoglou was to leave, but no, or I'll take Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann has turned out to be legit because that German team,
quality manager,
is dusty. And look what he's doing with them.
Look what he's doing right now
with that dusty team.
He's a better manager than Mikel Arteta.
I think so. I yeah, 100%.
I'd take him 100%. At Arsenal. I'd take Thomas Tuchel at Arsenal.
Would you take him at Arsenal?
Yeah, why not? He won the Champions League with Chelsea.
Fair.
Better than Arteta.
Yeah. Arsenal manic in the building saying, I'll wear safety glasses watching Southgate ball like we used to during the chemistry classes to safeguard against Bunsen burners and corrosive chemicals. Arsenal manic is on form this evening. What else, Luca? For me, next match, I'm going full commando, hard boots, hard hat, high vis, crikey. He's got the whole safety thing going. He's got the full PPE. And then James is saying Southgate sucks. Yeah, I get that. Southgate can suck. I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't mind that. My argument is, before we get him out of the job, let him finish what he started. I know it's underwhelming. I know it's boring football. But I think Southgate is going for pragmatism rather than entertainment. Now, for me, I was saying this, though, Luca. I was saying that international football is only for a month. Really, the approach you should be taking to international football is the approach of the Georgians and the Turkeys of this world, which is just go for it, man. Just go and see what happens. But unfortunately, with the media and the pressure and the throwing of pint glasses, Southgate can't do that. And he feels like, damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. He has to tie his hand behind his back. I'm saying, England fans, give the brother a break. We've just got bored of him. We've just got bored of him. That's what's happened. The fan base have got bored and they've needed a scapegoat and they're going after Southgate. And I'm saying, you know what? Him being the scapegoat, I get it. He even gets it, but I think it is unfair.
Gary O'Neill's done well. He's done well for his club, but I think the job's too big for him.
So you think the job is too big?
I think the job's too big for him. He's for Gary O'Neill.
But yeah, it's definitely too big for Gary O'Neill. But his style of play is good. You got to remember that these guys don't have long with the players, my brother. They get like a week to work with these players. I know it doesn't matter. It's the same for every nation. Yeah, But it is. But Palmer's the only player with any real individual quality and imagination in that team. Kane is good at finishing. Other than that, it is pretty overrated.
Do you know what I would do? Drop Saka, rest him, and play Palmer.
I think so. I think Palmer has to.
He ain't going to do that. He's not going to do that.
What I don't know, Luca, is what do these brothers see in training? Because it's clear that Cole Palmer's on form. Even Anthony Gordon's on form. He looked like he was sourcing, coming in off the left-hand side, that little chance towards the end. But but what do you do? And this is why I'm grateful for this debate tonight. What do you do when you've got a Galactico on the pitch? Jude Bellingham is a Galactico. He plays for Real Madrid, the best team in Europe.
In the world.
You can't drop him, can you? Even though
he's irreplaceable.
But he was fully dusty. He was fully dusty against Slovenia. In fact, he was fully dusty against Denmark.
If you take Bellingham and Declan Rice, who's gonna replace this current England squad in this Euros? No one. No one.
Exactly. Big up Wolfgang in the building. Big up to everyone. Get the fraud Southgate out. I'm sorry, I'm just going through all the chat. Oh, Wolfgang, big up to you with the super. Says Southgate is a fraud. He was in the 1996, 2008, 2020, and 2024. Do you know what though, Wolfgang? I really feel that is too harsh, my guy, because in 2020 and he got us to a final, my bro, or was it semi-final in 2020? I can't even get my dates right. We got to
the final, lost on penalties because Saka missed a penalty. Yeah. And also the previous one was the semi-final of the 2018 World Cup against Croatia.
There you go. I just think, guys, just give him a chance. It says, Artillero says, so Wolfgang says, play Palmer, he's more creative than Saka. I would agree with that statement. At the moment, he appears to be more creative. I don't know if in general he's more creative than Saka, but at the moment, it's clear that Cole Palmer is in better form, and therefore he should be playing. Marcus disagrees. Artillero says Bellingham has been dustier than the pyramids in Egypt. If he's dustier than the pyramids in Egypt, then that's fully dusty. I mean, that's sandstorm level. Do you get what I'm saying? Palmer's better than Jude at number 10. Here to there says, indeed, Deji, Jude as a 10 in this lineup ain't working at Madrid. Jude has Cruz, Modric running the game. That's what I'm saying. And I think the thing that upsets me on that point, Luke, and I want to know if you agree, big up to here to there for that statement, because you reminded me of something I was thinking when I was watching England's last game. The one criticism I will give Southgate is that statement right there. That naivety. The naivety to think, because they do this at their club, I'm going to do the same thing in the England team and think it's going to work.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Playing Trent in the midfield alongside Basmati, right? What was he thinking? That was never going to work.
But Trent Alexander-Arnold's not going to work in midfield. It's not going to work in midfield because it worked one point, but that was against Macedonia. That's different. That's a qualifier. And you could play anyone in a qualifier. But when it comes to the real stages like a World Cup or a Euros, it isn't going to work like that.
Not going to, but also, you're right, but also we don't have the players.
No, that's the problem. England don't have the players with the midfield anymore. Look, like you've lost Jordan Henderson. Okay, Henderson's not great, but he's got experience.
He's dry though.
But however, he's past it now. Yeah, he's in Ajax.
Even when he wasn't past it, Endo was dry.
He wasn't fantastic, but he had experience.
Yeah. I know, but what I'm trying to say, bro, Luca, is that, and I'm big up to everyone locked in, locked on. Everyone, smash a like, please. It really does help with the channel. Man's on his bended knee with that one. The thing we got to understand is that at club level, we buy the players from anywhere that we need. And one of the things that we know is that for whatever reason, the rest of the world seem to be producing talent, and we seem to be producing barbarians. Yeah, big hench brothers, 6 foot players who ain't technical enough. But at club level, you can bring in the Bernardo Silvas, yeah? You can bring in the Rodris. At international level, if Rodri ain't born in Homerton Hospital, he can't play for our country, mate. Do you get what I'm saying?
No.
And then we let good talent like Musiala leave. Yeah. And the point I'm trying to say is we need to look at what we have and find the right system for what we have. What we're trying to do, no disrespect, and Jude Bellingham and all the man them, if you man want to jump on and have it with me, I'm ready to have it. We got a bunch of barbarians trying to play ball. I'm going to say it again. We got a bunch of barbarians trying to play. These brothers are not technical enough to do what Southgate wants to do. And I don't know how this brother... We are trying to play Spanish and European football with players that didn't grow up in Spain or Europe. Because that, Gary Neville made the point. Why can't we produce midfielders? Yeah? Comes from the academy that want to bring wrestlers through the academy system. People are going to pick you up and power slam you. And then we wonder why we ain't got ballers at international level. People with an IQ. The people that you're shaking your bum for are the flair players, the unique players. Cole Palmer, why you're shaking your bum for him, everybody in the chat, is because he's unique. It's because he showed a bit of flair. Yeah? Gordon showed a bit of flair. The others, do you know what they showed us? They showed us the future. Robocops. Them players in the England team were the T1000, Terminators, little robots running around. It's dry. Do you feel me, Luca?
Yeah, 100% agree
That's
with you.
what's going on. Everyone in the chat, am I lying? We are making robots. I think I saw a post earlier today where it says this, and I'll read it out to you lot. I'll read out the post because it had pep on it. I'll read it out because I know I sent it to one of my bedrooms. It said here, where is it now? It says, football is dead. There is no longer proper footballers. All robotic bollocks. We grew up watching proper players who done things you can't teach. Proper magicians. Ballers after ballers. This new crap is lazy, structured football. And there's a picture of R9.
Yeah.
And Ronaldinho, and then Pep blowing. That's what's happened. We've produced a bunch of bloody robots.
Well, yeah, and it's something different. It's totally something different, and I feel like something's got to change. And look, Gareth Southgate for me, give him till the Euros. But if he doesn't win it, then we can have our say.
Yeah, 100%. Big up to Spurs Crusade. I think Luca is feeling it. I think I persuaded Luca. Luca came on with a different mindset, but I've managed to beat Luca into submission. He is ready to give Southgate a chance if we all give him a chance. Yeah, definitely, Luca. No worries. I'm wrapping up anyway in a couple of minutes, though. Big up to you. Subs to Luca. Let's make sure we sub. Luke, what's your channel? Where's your... Yeah, could you shout it out? You might shout it out.
Yeah. I got to bounce, of course. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Luca AFC. Of course, we're on the road to 8,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, anyone's more welcome to come on the channel. Been covering a few Euro content, been covering a few streams as well. So subscribe to the channel. Anyone's more welcome to subscribe to the channel. It's Luca AFC. And subscribe. Anyone's more welcome to join the channel and give their say and their voiced opinion. Mate.
Luca, 100%. Big up to Luca. Luca's big in the game, so make sure everybody likes and subscribes and enjoying this content. Blue Chan said facts. We got a bunch of trampolines trying to play football. It is bare dusty. That's the truth, that's the truth, my guy. You get me? Marcus says facts. Jorginho carried Rice this season. Be honest, man. He can't play football like that. That is the truth. And I think that is what's got, there it is. That's the thing I was talking about earlier. That statement. Do you know what I mean? We're not allowing for quality players. We're not allowing for fair players. We're just allowing dusty, robotic football, and then people are shaking their bum. And I have to go as far as to say that's what football's become. Where are all the flair players? That's why you're shaking your bum for Manu. That's why maybe you have a point. Maybe we got to unleash the young ones because they haven't been tainted. They've not been tainted. That's why Manu can do a little backflip, a little back kick or whatever it is. You know, Gordon can run, and then maybe we got to unleash the fresh blood because the one is dusty. Just wrap up. Last couple of comments. So look, you kind of alluded to it. Why you said that you think Spain's going to win it? Why
personally, why? Because look, okay. People might say yes, it's not the greatest Spanish squad. It's not the Spain squad, but what people used to enjoy over the years, like the Busquets, the Xavis, and Iniestas, and that, and Torreses. Yeah, but I just feel like they've been scoring goals. They look they played. I watched the Spain-Italy game. And Spain dominated that game completely. Italy made one mistake, and it was that defender who looks good for Italy, Calavori, right? Who's been linked to Arsenal, Tottenham, and a few clubs. And I feel Spain, for me, when you've got people like Rodri in your team that know how to carry the team. Morata, Morata's not a world-class player, but he is a tournament goal scorer. I feel Spain have got like very good talent players in their team, and I feel like the system where they're playing, you've got that Barcelona prospect. I forgot the guy's name. Is it Yamal or someone?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like they're the team to watch. But my only issue is it's going to be interesting. Okay, yeah, they've got, is it Georgia? They got in the last 16. I can't remember who they got, but whoever they got in the last 16, we've seen Spain's record in the last couple of tournaments. They lost to Russia on penalties. They've been knocked out against Croatia. They've lost into last 16s. Let's see if this Spanish team can go as far as they can. And this is why I personally think they will win it. If they don't win it, I'd probably go for maybe someone like Portugal.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. Look, I kind of agree. I'm leaning towards Portugal at the moment, only because I just feel like Martinez has them sourcing, and they were able to kind of rest, and they were already qualified.
Martinez is a good manager. Is he a good manager because he won the FA Cup for Wigan?
Yeah.
Belgium, he had a good Belgium squad.
But he didn't win anything with that squad, though, at Belgium.
But he didn't. Belgium had a good team back then, but now Belgium don't really have a good squad. But, of course, he's got them doing very well for Portugal. He's suiting very well for them, because Portugal have got 2 squad depths.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They've literally got 2 squad depths.
But also, I don't see Italy winning it because they don't have the squad anymore. And
they don't have a striker.
They don't have a striker.
Yeah.
They don't have anyone clinical anymore.
Yeah.
Germany can win it, but I think there's times where I just feel like they're not playing very well. France are not playing their best, but they can turn their gear.
France is a one-man team. They need Mbappe.
It is. Holland are not all that.
Because they don't have a good striker. They've got Gakpo.
No. Yeah, Gakpo is rubbish.
It's rubbish.
They don't have Van Persie anymore.
Yeah.
Or Van Nistelrooy.
It's fully dusty. I think Europe is pretty dusty, to be honest.
It is.
I think the next World Cup probably goes to South America, to be honest. But even then, looking at the Brazilian team, that team is fully dusty as well, to be honest.
It's not that great.
On the down.
Neymar is not interested in international football anymore. He's collecting his money.
He's interested in poker stars.
And he's injury prone, so the guy's probably going to announce his retirement soon. So there's not really anyone out there for Brazil. They're not the Brazil what people used to love in the 2002.
No. I think for me, I think Portugal look like the strongest team in this. I think Portugal beat Spain, in my opinion.
I think Italy beat Switzerland.
Yeah.
I think get knocked out in the quarterfinals.
I tell you who is a dark horse in this competition, though. You want to know the dark horse? Let me shock everyone. Austria. Austria. There's a geezer at the back there called Danzo that I would have at my club if I'm doing a scouts report. I'll take this brother broke Mbappe's nose. That's the sort of player you want at your club, yeah? Someone that will.
Hey, you want a bit of nastiest at the football club? Arsenal
Mate,
haven't had any of that.
you want to be a nasty? Go out and get Danzo, mate. He's a madman. Come to my club. He is a madman. Austria, I wasn't surprised them winning their group. Physically, I don't think anyone wants it from that back line.
100%.
I don't think anyone wants it from that team, you know. That's the dark horse. For me, my number one hot pick would be Portugal. My second team would be Austria, because right now, I don't know, unless Danzo gets injured, I don't know who wants it from that country, to be honest. Them brothers there, they are mad men. Luca, no, thank you for tuning in.
Man. Thank you
joining.
very much.
It's been really good to have you. Hopefully we can do more during these.
We'll get some guests on. We'll get some guests on and all that stuff, and we can do a show together and all that.
No, 100%. Big up to everyone that's locked in, locked on. Thank you, VJ. Right at the end again, Mr. Consistent. Thank you for showing love. Thank you everyone for showing love here to there. Spurs Crusade, Arsenal Manic, Artillero, Wolfgang Division. Hey, Wolfgang, you need to let me know when we're doing the next London show. That I'll be looking forward to that. Lee Smith, James as well in the building. Marcus as well in the building. Blue Chan. All of you, big up to you. If I haven't called you out, I do apologize. Thanks for locking in. Hopefully, I'll be on here tomorrow night with Northside, Porcaria Carambas. We're going to be chopping it up. But on that note, have a good evening all. Thank you and good night. Big up to you.